Good evening, my fellow Calgarians. Today, for me at least, it is a very sad day. Today, Council approved the new arena deal. Let me just start by saying this is not the right time for this deal to go through. I feel very strongly that there are many other priorities that the city should focus on, starting with lowering the taxes and reallocating these funds to programs that need it the most, like fire and police, which they plan to cut in compensation for the money that will be lost. They're talking about $275 million that the city taxpayers will have to pay for, and the removal of city services to compensate for the money that they won't have that will be used to pay for this project. In addition, we will lose our beautiful Saddledome, an iconic figure and one that makes our city instantly recognizable, apart from the Calgary Tower. But I'd say the Saddledome more so, since our city is known for the Stampede all over the world, and we have many, many people traveling here. And this icon, this beautiful piece of our city, will be lost. I cannot explain to you how that hurts me. That no matter where you are in the city, you can always see our beautiful Saddledome, a piece of the past. And we should not forget about our past. This piece here is what small piece we have left. And this council has just proven to me again that they seek to destroy the past, or to try to make the city forget the past and create a new regime, metaphorically and physically, a new city completely, a new face. And I don't like the direction in which they plan to go, and I don't approve it. I think that City Council has proven again that they're very irresponsible, starting with the idea about what I've been reading the past few days and what I've been thinking about, that they've pushed this deal way too fast, way too quickly. There are many Calgarians away on holiday, out of town, vacation somewhere. They simply are away from Calgary. I don't know what portion, but definitely the timing and the pushing of the limited time available for the city to get its opinion on approval or disapproval of this deal is definitely short-lived. Definitely not long enough. I heard that the city council only got the details or from the Calgary Flames that they've been negotiating, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and now they've already approved it. So whatever promise that the city made was false when they talk about trying to get Calgarians' true opinion. They did not. They failed. They were absolutely not interested in our opinion, and they pushed this project forward in great haste. They just didn't even leave a little bit of time, even a day, an extra week, nothing. This little gambit here where they said they gave us another, a week or 3 days, I can't remember, for citizens to contact their aldermen and let their opinions be heard. That is simply not enough time. There's new information that's come to light in the past couple of days, and people don't have so much time on their hands after working that they can look at it and review it and so on with the proper scrutiny. And then they can make their own decision on how it should be done. Again, this is proof that this council is completely separate from, how shall we say it? It's supposed to be a free opinion, and you have your right as citizens to make your opinions known to your council. This council doesn't care about that. This council cares only about how they deem it appropriate to spend money, and they do so with complete ignorance of the weight of that responsibility. That money has to be paid. No matter what, that money will have to be paid, and if it's not us, it's our future that will be leveraged by something like this, our debt. And all they seem to do is keep accumulating debt and running deficits every year and raising the property taxes. Now, I can say as a citizen, and I'm sure many of you will know much better than myself, I've seen the property taxes of our home increase 200% since Nenshi took power. And I think some of you might even see 250% increase of your property taxes for your home in the last 10 years, if you care to measure that kind of thing. In addition, I have seen no improvement in city infrastructure, generally speaking, and I've seen a complete lack of efficiency in the way traffic is conducted within this city, especially downtown, especially on 17th Avenue Southeast, which has recently been reopened. And I can say with a very firm opinion that it is not better, it's worse than what was the original infrastructure that existed there. And I can say the same thing right here. I heard that the Saddledome won't even be, it will be completely destroyed and there will be a parking lot put in its place. What a great metaphor for the past prosperity of our city. Completely destroyed, not a trace left. And then the new arena will take hold and the past already forgotten. I think it's a disgrace. I think that this council doesn't love our city. I think that the idea and the future direction that they wish to take us is based on ego and a grand design for the city that I don't share. And I'm sure many of you don't share it either if you knew the ill intent that's behind it. And most especially, how much is this going to cost us? How much more will we have to pay on taxes and other ways that the city can increase our cost of living? This is a disgrace. This is a true proof that the city does not spend your tax dollars with wisdom. And without your consent, I might add. The aldermen can only do so much if one does not take things into their own hands and gripe and complain to their aldermen and tell them their what's on their mind. And, I was able to get through to my alderman. I sent him an email. I tried repeatedly sending emails. And I can say that one alderman has impressed me through this whole fiasco, and that's Jeremy Farkas. And the reason he's impressed me is because he seems to be, at least to me, a man of his word. He said that he would vote against this proposal, and he did. So, in addition, he raised a few good points on the news that I agree to that. So, well done, Jeremy Farkas. Keep that up. I appreciate what you're trying to do. You seem to be genuinely caring for, at least on your part, some of the issues that I find really wanting, like this proposal and also the Heritage Park, their current tragedy with being not able to keep up the park and so on because of limited budget. And so that was another thing, but I can bring that up in a different video. I just wish to say this. One never knows what can happen in the future, and this project will be the pretense for many other costs and other projects that will come along that we'll learn of later. And many of you, if you're observant, you'll see a lot of these things have been pretense to make more control for the city, more invasive things happening in our lives, and the kind of conduct that does its best to restrict your freedoms within this city. And I can say that for the truth. I'd argue that with anybody. I've lived in this city all my life. I've seen it come to this point, and I remember what it used to be. And I can say this vision in which this council is taking us is absolutely reprehensible. It is a complete insult to people who work hard to pay their bills, to pay their horrendous taxes that are completely inhumane and unsustainable. And there's already been concrete evidence of that throughout the news. Many people cannot afford it, and therefore they move away. Other people will still continue to hang on, small business owners. And I feel great pity for them and sorrow because they cannot even conduct their business properly because of this impediments created by the city. All these things give me further confidence that this city is not in the right hands and under poor leadership, poor management. I hope many of you feel the same. So I thank you for your time. I just want to leave you with this beautiful image of our city. And just remember that we were a great city before. We had great prosperity. And I feel it's a tragedy to lose such a beautiful building, an icon of our city. No other icon in our city exists except the Calgary Tower, perhaps, that has such significance and identity with our city, that cause our city to be identified worldwide. This is it, and the Calgary Tower itself. But I feel tremendous sadness, and I feel loss for this beautiful building. And I thank you for your time, and I hope to talk to you again. Bye-bye.